Good morning, it's Monday and we have just spent the last 2 nights here in the caravan. We have packed up the car with everything we are leaving Sugarloaf with, and we are just doing a final tour around the property just to have a look at how things are after 8 years, and basically just to be able to remember and reflect on what it is like now as we leave. It's pretty much spring, although it's still quite cold in the morning, and all the acacias have been flowering since the middle of winter, and so it's still very pretty out. We're going to go up the hill for a walk, and then we'll walk around the old house. Technically, settlement was on Tuesday, and this weekend we've just been having a handover with the new couple of owners. They're from Brisbane, and so we've just been spending the weekend with them, answering their questions about where the pipes are, where the switches are, where the wires are, how things work, and all that kind of stuff. So it's been quite full on, but it's been a lot of fun as well. They're really nice people and they appreciate what we've done, and they also say they want to continue doing the permaculture sort of way of living here, and yeah, take it forward, I guess, you know, keep planting more trees, grow food, and so on. Who's this monkey?
You're the monkey.
That would be absolutely perfect for growing food and for all the trees. And we're almost at the top. We don't quite reach the peak of the actual hill, but this is, you'll see a post in front of us there with the survey point at the top of the property. And this is where we can have a little rest to catch our breath. Had a little seat I made less than a year ago now.
Because you have a goat.
And we brought 2 goats up here for their last little bush walk up here, and they loved it. Going off the path now towards the top of where the goat paddocks are, because I thinned quite a lot above goat paddocks. So the dam is down there, and then the goat paddock as a corner is over here. They used to go around the reservoir, and then all off up here I've thinned some of the cypress pine to feed the goats, and then I've cut down any of the dead trees. This is definitely my favourite time of the year, so it makes it a little bit harder to even leave now when it's so beautiful and the temperatures are becoming mild. The days are nice and warm. But it's a bit eerie now without the goats and the chickens, because normally they would be talking to me already and wondering what I'm doing, coming to see me. So before the chickens left, they were work in this area and the middle area of these food forests, and I would come in with a sickle as well and sickle down the long grass. Just give it a disturbance, you know, give some fertility, bit of disturbance, and then we came in with the mulch from all the goat prunings that we mulched up and put them around the, you know, the fruit trees, the trees that we're trying to really grow here. And yeah, it's looking good. I think it'll give it a boost to the growth. The edge of their paddock you can see, which I've never really filmed it from this way. You can see the terraces. Now a little pyramid of rocks that we've dug out of the terraces. All the rocks that we couldn't find a use for yet. We put some in the adobe bench around sitting area for the pizza oven. We've used them to do the rock walls here. We put even some big ones in the pond, but we just haven't found a use for all of these others yet. The very first, I guess that's the planted, is that one there. Nice big thick trunk on it. And maybe now you can hear the bees. There they are. I love that sound. And I can smell the honey already too. So they're bringing in a lot of nectar. They're bringing in pollen since the shortest day. Lovely full dam. Around the dome is starting to come back into life. Even with the echidna coming in, digging it and digging it, it just loves digging in here, even though it's quite clay based. Mulberries leafing out, but we'll probably still get another frost, so we probably won't be any fruit, but just never know. Could be a year without late frost. Thank you to the worms, you've done a good job in here. Breaking down some goat poo, some kitchen waste, some cardboard and paper. I've got an amazing crop of oranges. Look at that tree. One tree with 50 or 60 fruit on it. Not big because of the drought, but still quite significant. Say goodbye to the trusty old pizza oven. Thank you, Kev, for your delicious pizzas and slow cooked roasts. We'll miss you. Morning, Brett. That's alright, I'm just filming around. Hey, Monty, you having fun? So our final job is actually just to fork over the deep litter system in the goat pen to aerate it, let in a bit more water, and to seed it. Put a little bit of mulch on it and let their fertility grow some amazing, who knows what yet. We're just going to put all our old seeds there and see the pumpkins and watermelons and other veg just take off and grow with their fertility. I've done some forking already and there's already some worms, so decompacting it and aerating it will mean lots more worms. I think they will be breeding up. And then they'll further break down the goat poo and do their magic on it, turn it into soil. We've put in there, wow, hundreds of kilos, maybe even a ton of organic material in there. Carbon, shredded paper, hay, sawdust, newspapers, and then that together with the goat poo should be making some fine soil in there. Basically pure compost on top of the soil that was in there, which was compacted from the pigs, mind you, but nevertheless this will be a layer of thick compost on top. Very proud of that wishing well. Took me 7 years to get it going and build it, but I'm glad I did it. I really am. And look at this plum tree. It was nearly dying when we arrived, and I pruned it 2 or 3 years and then got it to grow properly again. Put a lot of mulch around it and horse poo around it, and now it's the biggest, most abundant in flowers on the whole place. Should be an amazing crop of plums coming. And now it's destined to become a very productive, edible landscape. Have a look in the greenhouse. We ate so much food. We ate so much food out of this winter. Now I'll just check it hasn't misted over. If I come in too quickly it'll mist over, but maybe you can quickly see there, well, massive growth. And partly that's because of the wet. The water has come up from the ground upwards too. We obviously keep watering it, but the water's come up from the bottom and wicked up, and all the plants have loved it. An old pond that we filled in here with all this moisture has started to decompose nicely. It's been filled up a few times with water, and we've put in ash, some old flour you can see there, bit of clay, bit of river sand, goat poo, and that's all going to turn into beautiful soil at some point. Look at this veg. Just a massive amount of nitrogen fixing. Look at that. All that biomass. So when it gets hot, that'll all just die off, being pushed down as a mulch and then plant into it. And it's feeding the bees. Bees love those purple flowers. Give them some variety apart from the acacias. and they'll thrive. So coming up to the front door, still beautiful little fruit trees all around that are flowering. Look at this almond. Very happy for the water. I've got the blackberry going around the corner. We could open up a Japanese tourism here with all these fruit tree flowers and take them on a tour from here to Tom's place. Because his place is stunning at the moment. That's pretty much the end of the tour. I think I've kind of done a brief walk around, show how everything's growing. Yeah. I'll finish here with these beautiful, these are the first trees I grafted onto some wild plums that were here. Can see what's feeding on the blossom. Smells amazing.